Welcome guys to my video. So we're gonna check out Decoy, and as you can see, all right, as you can see, I'm subscribed to his channel. You guys should subscribe to his channel too. So yep, we're gonna watch the video about the Somalian scam in Minnesota.
It's insane to think a YouTuber is exposing the worst foreign fraud ring our country has ever seen, and the mainstream media is rushing out to protect the fraudsters. As Nick Shirley
Yeah, so it's nothing new. We know that. Yeah, like you remember the sleepy Joe Biden era? Nothing new.
recently went to Minneapolis to investigate these Somalian healthcare providers.
A list of all of the
Oh,
healthcare
damn.
companies. Loads of them, right?
Okay, all right. So we're gonna go back.
A list of all of the healthcare companies.
Okay,
Loads of
did you check out like the list here? So imagine all of the healthcare companies there, and there are several of them. Imagine if any of them are run by, let's say, some kind of ex-pirates, because we all know, the whole world knows what is Somalia is known for, that is piracy. It's not the one that you do on internet, downloading illegal videos and games from torrent. No, they do actual piracy. Remember Captain Phillips? Watch that movie. Nice movie, based on real thing. So yeah, imagine they scam money from Minnesota, send it back to Somalia, which enables and empowers people in Somalia to buy more guns so that they can do more piracy. Yep.
them right here. We want healthcare. Yes, we'd like to speak about getting healthcare here. Warning, you are under video surveillance. No
Why?
trespassing, security, armed. This is the
Why no
strangest
trespassing?
place I've ever been to get healthcare. Healthcare here, healthcare
Yeah.
here, another healthcare company
Guess what? How many companies there've been? Like three?
right here. There are 3 healthcare
Oh
companies inside
shit,
of
three,
this building right here. And now we have another helping
4,
hands, present help right
5.
here. We're looking for the best rates of healthcare
Holy
here inside this
shit.
building because we have so many options. Who can we talk about getting the best healthcare? No.
Lady, you work in a healthcare facility and you don't know who to talk with to get the healthcare facilities or healthcare benefits or the perks of the program? Really? And there are 5 companies in one building, you still don't know? Holy shit.
All right.
Also finding these childcare facilities
Oh,
don't seem to have any kids.
there are more childcare facilities without kids. Where are the kids? Are they gone? Nobody knows. Because you know why? Because it's a scam.
It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding. And
$2.6 million last year they got funded, and there should be 102 children, but there are none. Zero. Holy shit. And they expect people to like not be angry with them, not criticize them. Really? They're running a racket. They're scammers.
2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
That is harassment.
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Oh,
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
oh she, oh she did it. Okay, so if you're asking a childcare facility that, hey, where are the child or where are the children? Because there's supposed to be 102 children, but there I don't see any children there. This is what you get. They shut the door on your face and they said that, oh, it's harassment. Why? Because you're asking logical question. That's why. It's harassment. Really?
Look at that. Shut us down. Where are the children at? No children inside of this daycare center. And look, this daycare center right here, no children
There
inside of
is
this daycare
another
center.
daycare
So,
center and no children there also? Fuck. Damn.
worst case scenario is they took in a bunch of kids that are suddenly missing. Best case is there never were any kids, and this is just another example of the rampant fraud in Minnesota. Either way, law enforcement needs to get involved today, but when they did, they defended the alleged fraudsters.
We received a complaint that someone matching your description were in this building harassing the individuals who stayed here.
How
We're
are
just
they
seeing what's
harassing
checking out the
them?
rates for healthcare.
How
Because there's
are
14
they
healthcare companies inside
harassing
this
them?
building, so.
Okay.
If you can ask legitimate question, how are you harassing people? If you're asking just legitimate questions, how? How? Can somebody explain to me how can you harass somebody if you're just asking them? Let's say you wanna admit your kid to a childcare facility, both of the parents needs to work, and you wanna visit a facility and see that how the facility is run and or how the facility's environment is. And if you ask them like, hey, how the facility is, that becomes harassment? Really? Come on. It's kind of like going to McDonald's and asking in the drive-through like, hey, is the McFlurry, can you give me a McFlurry? And they said that, oh no, the McFlurry machine broke. Oh, okay. When it will be fixed? Because would love I would really love a McFlurry. Then they shut the door on your face, shut the window on your face, and call the police and ask and tell them that, hey, this guy is harassing me because he's asking for a McFlurry. It's the same shit, isn't it?
What he said. He said there's 14 companies here, and he's trying to assume because they're Somali providers that everyone here is fraudulent.
So we're.
He's here with some kind of like propaganda.
All right,
This
here
is
we
a,
go. While Karen appears out of nowhere, while Karen appears out of nowhere, and guess what she does? She's stereotyping people because they're just asking legitimate questions. Hey, it's a childcare facility. Where are the kids at? And no, the Karen comes here with suicidal empathy, and they said that like, oh, they're harassing people. They're stereotyping because they are assuming that it's a bunch of Somali people who are running a racket. Guess what, Karen? You assumed right on one part, and that is it's a racket. It's a scam run by a bunch of Somali pirates. He's not harassing them. On that, you're wrong, but it's a racket for sure.
area that we're allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance.
All right, we're getting escorted out right now. The police have arrived.
That you guys were harassing individuals who work here. At the end of the day, this is private property, and it's one that people are allowed to ask you to leave, and it's also one the Minneapolis Police Department is allowed to enforce trespassing ordinance.
As we got escorted out of this building, the Somalis filmed us as we left, and we headed over to the next building that had 22 of the same home health care providers.
22
Now, I can
in
somewhat
one building?
understand local coppers siding with the suspected Somalian.
Okay, I get that. The cop like trying to help the community with air quotes. Really? 22 healthcare facilities in one building, but no service? It's kind of like going to a strip mall and you find like a bunch of like mini stalls which sell same products, but there are no products. Imagine you go to a strip mall which sells only hot dogs. It's like hot dogs here, Joe's hot dogs, blah 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 hot dogs, best hot dog in blah 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 city. And then you go to eat hot dog because you want hot dog and there is no hot dog. There is nothing but empty stalls with no one there. No buns, no dogs. It's a fucking racket.
Fraudsters, as the mayor they answer to seems to exclusively cater to the Somalian community. And it would be one thing
And
if there was
okay, okay. You have to understand how politicians are. When they see a demographic or when they see a group of people who tend to vote as a block, they will always cater to them. Let's say, like in that area or in that city, the Somali population, I don't know how much Somali people are in there, but let's say they are about like I don't know, 25%. And if he caters to that 25% of that demographic in his area or in his city where he is running for mayor, he's like, if he caters to them, he's gonna ensure that 25% voter of that area, which most likely most of them are probably illegal. They probably somehow got the papers illegally so that they can vote, and the politicians will help it. I'm not accusing the mayor of anything, but this is how one party runs their political thing. Like there is one party we know who brings bunch of illegal immigrants so that they can create like an influx of voter base for their party. And we know that party. We know. So if you can ensure a 25% voter base in an area, designated area, rest of the 75%, like rest of your opponents, like they won't get that 25%. So you have to fight with the 75% that is left on the field with your opponent. So even if you can get, let's say, 26% of that rest of the, uh, not even 26%, even if you can like get 20% or 24% or 25% of the other base, you will win the election. As long as you get 51% of the voter, you win. So if you can ensure 25% from get-go, there are not much more left to get 51%. This is why politicians will cater to a demographic of people who will vote as a block. The same thing happened in London many years ago. The same thing is happening this like throughout Europe, and now people are starting to wake up and realize that, oh fuck, all these communities that are voting as a bloc, they're actually ruining the the community here, ruining the city, ruining the area, ruining the county. Now people are going against, and I can assure you in future the politicians will abandon these voting blocks, minority group people, because guess what? The world order is changing and it will change even more. Yeah, people are waking up.
one small building committing all this healthcare fraud. But apparently, this same scenario is suspected everywhere.
Have you ever seen children at that daycare center right there?
Well,
Yeah, it's right there. It says the child. You've never seen daycare.
yeah,
This year
yeah.
they got
Guess what?
1.9
Why
million.
would
Last
he?
year they got 1.5
Because it's a
million of
scam.
your tax money for 99 children. We just want to know where are the kids.
1.5 million
right?
for 99
So
kids.
Shirley attempted to check in his own fictitious kid.
Where can I get paperwork to file for my son? I wanted to put my son Joey in daycare.
And after a few questions, the lady went silent.
Looks like little Joey Shirley ain't going to daycare here.
Oh
This
no,
facility-
what will happen to little Joey? Yeah, we know. He'll probably be trafficked to Somalia and become a pirate.
which shows its license for 74 kids, was paid $1.26 million in tax money. And there are no kids.
Once again, I tried to find a spot for my son Joey, and they would not open the door.
I want to put my son Joey in
They're
daycare.
afraid of him.
Is this your daycare center?
You know, most likely what happened, there are, because since they're like very tribalistic people and they're very community driven people, guess what? This is what most likely They did. The first places where he visited, they took a picture of him, and they probably have a, I don't know, WhatsApp group or Facebook chat group or something like that. They you'll use social media. They will post his picture. Hey, avoid this guy. This guy is asking question, uncomfortable questions. So avoid this guy. Don't open your door. This is what they will do. This is what they have done. This is what how this kind of people work. I know. This is what how people behave.
I just want to put a child in daycare, but all the daycare centers seem to be closed.
When? No, when?
Where are the kids? Right here. State of Minnesota website. You work here and you don't know?
I don't know. I was there before. I don't know what's.
And now
Oh,
they're
he
all getting out.
What was this money spent on? 1.26
What are you
million.
saying,
What was that
Karen?
spent on?
Speak English.
Ask the owner and the kids.
I honestly think Shirley should switch headlines from exposing healthcare fraud to finding the hundreds of missing children, where one is much more alarming than the other, even though the answer is likely the kids never existed. Just
You
like
know what movie will be amazing? Finding Kids in Minnesota. Directed by Somalian pirates.
Minneapolis's other fraud, the Feeding Our Future scheme, claiming to have served over 91 million
What
meals
the
over 2
fuck?
years. And even though Nick's concerns are more than valid, leave it to the know-nothing liberals to defend
Yeah.
the fraud.
So this is Quality Learning Center. They didn't
Leering.
say Quality Learning Center.
Don't open
They
up.
said they spelt learning wrong.
Don't open
Yeah.
How do you have
If you're gonna send your kid there, he's gonna leer a lot. If you send your daughter there, she's gonna leer a lot. Quality Learning Center.
ice here, ma'am? I'm literally a YouTuber.
And what do you think about this place being
My
licensed for
God.
99 children
Don't open up.
and getting
What are ICE
$4
guys
million
gonna do?
over the-
Purge them?
$4 million in the last 2 years?
You know, these people fear the ICE agents or people who work in ICE as the plague. Like, hey, beware of ICE. It's kind of like plague in the Middle Ages. For them, ICE is their kryptonite.
Away.
What do you think about that?
Ma'am, we are not ice.
I don't care who you are, you don't belong here.
Uh-huh.
Don't open up. It's ice.
Shouldn't the world belong to everybody according to your ideology? Shouldn't there be no border? But he doesn't belong here? Really? Shouldn't the whole world belong to everybody? Shouldn't there be, like, you guys believe that there is no border, but he can't come here because he doesn't belong here? Oh, I know why he doesn't belong here. Because you guys want to create a safe space. Ah, okay.
You do realize that there's supposed to be 99 children here at this building, but there's no one here.
99.
They really went from everything I don't like is racist to everyone I don't like is ice. But nobody's taking advice from a lady defending the Quality Learning Center that can't tell the difference between a tiny mic and fully kitted out ICE agents. But just because Minneapolis residents
You know what would be funny? If you buy like a toy gun, like one of those toy guns with like red like cylinder holes, and like go into places like that, and people will be like running. I mean, you might get shot, but you know, wear a vest while doing that, and people would like start running, and you like have a GoPro on your head, and you stream that shit. That would be funny as hell.
seem to be imbeciles doesn't mean we should just allow foreign fraudsters to steal from America. You just wonder why it takes a YouTuber to uncover these crimes while the mainstream media stays silent. As sure,
Because
not the
mainstream
Babylon Bee
media
reported on the
is
one.
bought, they're ideology driven. That's why. And anything that doesn't align with their ideology, they will not represent. That's why. That is the reason why the mainstream media is always quiet.
$110 million of fraud. But every single
Fuck.
corporate media outlet conveniently ignored the story, as it directly contradicts the previous reporting of Trump claims Minnesota lost billions to fraud, but the evidence isn't even close, where they're just likely covering for their Democrat friends who all seem to get kickbacks from these, quote, healthcare clinics. It's fascinating to watch whenever fraud gets exposed
It is.
when the
It
other
is.
random entities get offended by the accusations.
It's kind of like, when you remember like the good old days when people used to get like emails like, "Hey, I'm a Nigerian prince, donate money to me. I'm stuck. I need help." And when you donate to like those kind of people and you never hear from them, it's kind of like that kind of moment. Like, oh, surprise Pikachu face, I got caught.
Unknowingly snitching on themselves. The same thing happened when Elon Musk and Doge discovered billions of US AID fraud. State-sponsored media and PBS rushed out to deflect these accusations, with every Democrat simultaneously freaking out over the discovery. It's almost like this same script keeps getting recycled, but finally,
because they don't
regular
know shit.
citizens like you and me are catching on and demanding something be done about these Democrats. As more street journalists
Because look, you can steal from one place 10 times, but after the 11th time, you will eventually get caught. Like it becomes a pattern. They don't diversify their cheating and scamming. They fucking like, oh fuck, I got one way to scam. I'm gonna repeat the same shit until I get caught. You know?
journalists are looking into this.
This daycare right here, ran by Somalians, has taken in from the Minnesota government $1.1 million.
Holy
This
shit.
daycare says it can hold up to 40 children. I went up to the door. The door is locked, and as you can see, the windows are blacked out. It's midday right now. You'd think there'd be children in there playing, being taught, but no one is in there.
Even all the way over in Ohio, they're discovering the same.
Every
Oh,
single
fuck. JD
Somali
Vance needs to
restaurant
get on that.
has a grocery
It's his
store
state.
right next door, and that's the common trend you'll see. There's restaurants, grocery stores, and daycare centers, and also home health care businesses.
Fuck
It's insane
me.
to think some randomly stitched together social media post has accomplished more investigative journalism than any of our multi-million-dollar mainstream media outlets. And notice how none of the
Mainstream media is dead. Nobody actually watches mainstream media. Only boomers watch like CNN, NBC, and Fox. People who knows how to use internet or people who has any kind of online presence, they don't read newspaper. They don't watch Fox, CNN, or MSNBC. They would rather get the news from an authentic source, authentic guy who just shows how it is, what it is. So the invention of cell phone with a camera killed mainstream media. It killed legacy media for good. Okay, because nowadays everybody can be a cameraman, nowadays everybody can be a reporter. All you need is your phone. That's it.
these YouTubers or TikTokers are saying, deport every single one of them, including any innocent, unrelated citizens. They're simply pointing out the specific incidents of alleged
Yeah.
fraud. But of course the Democrats would default to, this is racism.
Yes, folks
Yeah.
have done
The same game plan.
horrible things, and people.
Like if somebody like steals something from you, oh no, he's just like impoverished. He comes from a impoverished society. That's why he does that. Okay. And if you say something about him, if you call the police on him, oh, you're being racist. You're being racist against that guy. You're being transphobic. You're being racist. Yeah, but if I catch a thief, no, you're being racist. You have to let the thief steal stuff. That's why you got your toothpaste in like underlocked. You got if you need to buy a brush or toothpaste, You have to go to someone and say like, "Hey, can you? I want to buy this. Can you unlock it for me?" Nobody wants to do that. That's not a normal living. That's an abnormal way of living, and that's an abnormal way of shopping for goods.
have committed crimes, but
Bro can't
we
even
should not be
talk.
pointing the entire community in one.
In the video, Osman tells the room how he arranged a call with the MDE
Okay.
commissioner about their attempts to stop new meal sites.
But I'm one of those people that push back and call it what it is, which is racist.
With social media
Racist,
users suggesting
okay.
the same.
So you mean to tell me you went all the way to Minnesota just to pocket watch? And then on top of that, put out misinformation? This is getting out of hand, bro.
Misinformation, scam is misinformation, yeah?
Somalia. I'm sick of these people, bro. I'm sick and tired of them, bro. That they stay
Then go to fucking Somalia if you love Somalia that much. If you want to be an American, be loyal to America. How would you feel if somebody stole money from Somalia and invested in America? Let's assume like a pirate, because Somalia only produces pirate. Let's assume a pirate like stole a ship and earned like $1 million or something like that. And then he left Somalia, came to US, invested all that money into US, and after that he never came to Somalia. Or if he stay, or better yet, he stays in Somalia, runs a business in US. How would you feel then? So instead of labeling people who are asking genuine question, calling them racist, how about you be accountable for, how about you call out the people that do this shit? Then people won't hate on you one-sidedly. Instead of doing that, you know that there are some bad apples in your community, call them out. Instead of doing that, if you're like, oh no, no, this guy's being racist because he's asking questions, legitimate, logical questions. No, he's being racist. How about instead of labeling people, calling them names, call the people out who's in your community who are being devious and who are the bad apples of your community? Call them out and tell that to the rest of the world that these guys are doing bad. We don't support them. Even if they are part of my community, I don't support them. Why can't you do that? What's wrong in doing that?
hating on us, bro. For what, bro? Like, leave us alone.
If you beef one Somali, you beef every Somali.
Again, this tribal mentality.
Somalis, they are going to ride out for their Somali brothers and sisters. And they don't do one-on-ones. They're gonna jump you. The Somali network is bigger than Google. It's even faster than Google. Next time you get into beef with a Somali, if you ever do, just let it slide. Because I promise you, you are going to have like 50,000 man on your case.
That sounded like a threat. That sounded like a threat to me. Oh, if you call out a guy, if you call out a brother who's from my tribe, if you even if he's doing something horrible, 50,000 men are gonna be on your ass trying to get you. That's a threat. That's a threat. That's a legitimate threat. Like these people don't have any sense of individuality. They have a very tribalistic mindset. Like everybody who ain't us, go away. That's their thought process. Everybody who ain't us, we're gonna kill them. Eventually that will become their thought process, because guess what? In tribal warfare, if one tribe encroaches on the land of another tribe, there will be war. And the tribe that wins kills all the people from the tribe, gets their women, makes slaves out of their children, the tribe that lost, and after making slaves out of them, they sell those slaves. I just described you the Atlantic slave trade to you. Yeah.
It's always sickening to see this bottom feeder mentality. Since I'm the same race as somebody committing a crime, I'm automatically siding with the criminals. It's literally the lowest IQ value to have, as it basically condemns your entire group to only ascend as far as
Yeah.
what the lowest contributor.
So basically, what he's trying to say, what's Decoy is here trying to say is like, yeah, it's dumb, and it's the lowest IQ shit ever. Because yeah, everybody in my tribe, if some problem comes to my tribe, everybody in my tribe, if somebody gets trouble in my tribe, everybody from my tribe is gonna attack you or is gonna come after you. Okay, what if the person in your tribe is a evil, horrible man, or is a thief, or is a scammer? So you're not gonna call out the bad apples of your tribe? Really?
Will allow you to. But gone are the days where claims of discovering fraud is racist will deter any ordinary Americans from calling it out. As Nick Shirley's video quickly went viral, gaining over 47 million views in a day,
And
with
he
Don
deserves it.
Jr.
He deserves
reposting
it.
asking
He deserves it. He did a great job to America. He did a great job to American people. He deserves it. And more people should do jobs like that. People should call out what is wrong and people should call out what is right. If somebody does something right, they should be admired and praised. If somebody does something wrong, they should be criticized, ostracized. And eventually, if they're proven wrong and proven of misconduct or bad deeds, they should be in jail. And if they're illegal immigrants, they should be deported. Anybody who commits a crime on a green card should be deported. Is that too difficult to ask? Like, there are good immigrants, there are also bad immigrants. Why should we let all immigrants there? Leave, like, keep the good immigrants, throw out the bad immigrants. Isn't that how a country is supposed to run? No, they can walk on me and I won't do anything. That's some like limb dick bitch ass theory that the Democrats cooked up with, I don't know, with suicidal empathy. Like their suicidal empathy will be the end of a great society that is America. Why don't they understand that? I don't get that. That if you give if you give somebody who thinks your empathy as a weakness, as a source of weakness, as a source of weakness, 1 inch, those people are gonna take a mile from you. Because people like this, let's like people from third world countries like this, like Somalia, Rwanda, I don't know, freaking India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, they think empathy as not as a virtue. They think empathy as like a disease or as like weakness. If somebody is being empathetic to another person, they think that, oh, that guy is a loser. And how do I know? Because I lived in a society like that for ages. I know you can't be empathetic. You have to show the whole world who's who's the boss, and that's you. That's the living, that's how you survive in a place like that. And you give them opportunities here. You ask them to follow the laws, follow the rules, pay taxes. Yeah, some people do, but most people don't. The people who does that, yeah, they are nice citizens or they are nice migrants. That's good. But the people who don't do that, people who don't follow the rules, who don't like follow the laws, they break the rules, they break the laws, Why can't you just deport them? Why can't you throw them out? And they will use that empathy and think of it as a weakness, and they will run wild. Suicidal empathy from the Karens and boomers are the main problem why America is going downfall. Why America is having a downfall, why America is going down and down. I'm sorry, if you want to fix the problem of the nation, you have to stop suicidal empathy. You have to enforce law strictly. That's it. Not everybody deserves an American dream. You have to work hard to get an American dream. People need to understand that. Politicians need to understand that American dream is not that you give, like American dream is not a freebie. You have to work hard to get an American dream. That's it.
Everybody to watch, as Elon Musk wants Governor Tim Walz to be prosecuted. And what was Walz's response? Some nonsense about his cat, to which the US Department of Labor responded with a news article saying a strike team is coming to Minnesota to investigate
He
rampant
should be in
fraud.
jail. He's
it
a
really feels
scammer.
like the walls are finally closing in on Walz. Best case, all this fraud occurred.
And guess what? What they did? Like, look, I will tell you about what the politician does also. So politicians will open up NGOs, non-profit organizations, or like childcare or healthcare like this. They will use those people to launder their money. They will use those organizations to launder their money. So both party wins here. The organization, the small organization or the Somali community, they gets a little bit of share. The politician gets a little bit of share too. So the people that are living in US who are from Somali origin, they're they will send some money back at home, which, let's face it, Somalia isn't making factories, isn't really doing anything when it comes to infrastructure progress. They're probably gonna buy more boats and buy more AK-47, and they're gonna do piracy because that's what they're known for. They're not gonna do anything to develop their country because they don't do that. Or better yet, this is what they actually do. They will fund that money to terrorist groups like Al-Shabaab or Boko Haram, which will gradually become empowered, will become richer, buy more ammunition, buy more guns, and start a Islamic revolution or start a Islamic coup of the government, kill bunch of people. We saw what happened in Sudan. If this wasn't stopped, something like this might have happened in Somalia, let's say 20, 30 years from now on. So yeah, politicians, in order to launder their money, they will help these scammer organizations to launder their money, to launder their bribes. But if they are smart politicians, they will do that. But if they're dumb politicians like Tim Walz, they will probably not do that. They will probably, like, I don't know, they will probably just be like, hey, come, bro, step on me. Their ideology is like that. I think the IRS should do an audit of Tim Walz. There should be a complete, transparent financial audit of Tim Walz. I'm pretty sure he probably used those organizations to fund his illegal money. It could have been tax fraud. I don't know. I'm probably accusing him. I don't know. I don't have any proof, but it could be. He could have used all those organizations to launder money. He and his buddies could have used all those organizations to launder money, to launder tax money from the citizen. You never know. So it could happen. And then guess what? If he's found of fraud like that, like laundering money on top of fraud. Yeah, this guy needs to be in jail. Can you imagine this guy could have become our vice president? This moron, this retard could have become our vice president. Man, thank the world Trump won.
Occurred under his watch, and he was just too dumb to discover it. Or worst case, he was welcoming the fraud because he got a piece of it. It's just sad to think how long they've got away with
Yeah,
all of this
he most
before an
likely got a piece of
investigative
it.
journalist like Nick Shirley finally stepped in. As the first day, he was a top trend on Twitter, but a day later, he even trended in California. As Governor Newsom's state is most known for its wasteful spending, but now the billions of dollars of fraud.
The Department of Finance, which was tasked with giving out COVID relief funds, critics say $32 billion of that was taken by fraudsters. $24 billion spent on the homeless issue that critics claim the state lost track of.
As finding fraud isn't an attack on any specific.
All right. So people who are homeless, instead of spending money on them, helping them out, people who really need help, 24 million just vanished. Some fraudsters. Let's not call them fraudsters. Let's them call them what they are, scammers. Scammers scammed them $24 million, which could have helped homeless people who are living on the street. Really? I mean, come on, man.
Civic ethnicity. It's about finding fraud, and anybody defending it is probably profiting off it, as there's a reason California has some of the highest costs of living, despite Los Angeles looking like this, and San Francisco the zombie apocalypse, as California is truly third world living.
Probably all of them are on fentanyl. Because if you have a drugged up, like let's say like if you have like a huge amount of homeless people, who knows that the government is spending money to develop the homelessness situation, but there are no progress for years, for decades. If I was a homeless guy, I would have probably fucking yelled at the government, and I would have probably started a riot at the government office, not at the grocery stores, because the grocery stores didn't do shit. Because it's the government's jobs to keep a city or maintain a city so that every citizen can live a better life. It looks worse than third world country, but you have like $1 million houses in the same neighborhood. I mean, really, come on, man.
At first world prices. So I really hope Nick Shirley comes to California next to end Governor Newsom's career, because it doesn't get like this without somebody on the back end getting obnoxiously rich. So if you appreciate my concise, light-ordered commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, and you'll become a decoy too.
Man. Yeah, hey, go subscribe his channel. Awesome guy. Like and send a comment. He's an awesome guy. But seriously, like there, I think every politician should be audited frequently. Every 2 years. I know that's a lot of resources, hiring a bunch of accountants to audit politicians, but I think every politician should be audited every few years. If companies can be audited, why can't politicians be audited? I don't get that. Politicians should get audited. If you're running for office, whether you're running to be mayor, whether you're running to be a governor, whether you're running to be a president, you should be audited, and you should be audited frequently. All right, guys, here is my video. I share my thoughts, and if you like my content, please share, like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you again. Have a nice day or nice night, and peace. Bye.